See, this is part of what I'm getting at, or I've been getting at for years about this chap, Tommy Robinson. I'm not a Tommy hater. I'm like, what are you doing? Once upon a time, I had a lot of respect for the guy because of the muscle. Basically, he mouths off, and then somebody comes along and says, did you just mouth off about Tommy? And he'd be like, hey, you've got to respect that. That's real life sort of muscle. That's gangster muscle he's got. And it's been like that for a long time. It's been like that for 7, 8 years, as to where you publicly mouth off against this guy. Some single brain cell organism will come at you. It happens. Those single cell organisms are out there. And they see him as, well, he tells them what they want to hear. He enables them. Doesn't go into too much detail. And he's really, feckless. Feckless. I tell a tale about this guy where it's a matter of, has no idea how many votes he wins for the Labour Party in places like Rochdale and Blackburn. Has no idea how he puts who the real enemies of the game are in power with his activity, and how he acts actually as a gatekeeper. He claims the turf. Doesn't shine any light on other people who are making inroads on tackling this problem with immigrants and rape gang. No. He just gives it lip service. He doesn't do anything. And he's held it back for years. And caused a great deal of division. He's the greatest thing that's ever happened to the Labour Party in this part of the country, where they can just, to campaign, talk about him. And say, well, vote for us, and it's not great, but we're doing our best, but vote for them other guys. You're voting for Tommy Robinson. Or you're voting for Tommy Robinson's gang, or the thugs. Poster boy. Well, you look at this story, right? This is The Guardian. The Guardian, not so reliable. By the way, I'll talk about this when I've read it. This is Lucy's book about more about Tommy Robinson and his activity than anything else. With the nice bag of coke on the back. But I'm acknowledged in this book. I'm mentioned as one of the people who helped on the way. So it's like, I'm not going to talk about it until I've read the whole thing, just to say. But it's like, as a taster, this is part and parcel of what this guy does. So let's just quickly go through this little story, shall we? Exclusive. This is out of order, no matter how you want to look at it. This is a Guardian story, but it's out of order, right? Elajuwon Ayini racially abused and falsely labelled a paedophile as far-right weaponises clip of family in park. Grandad duties with the twins. Happy family day out. Lily and Rosie. Twin love. He put this out, right? And this guy is by trade a musician. So a lot of what he does is social media output. This is a completely innocuous video of, right, a guy actually out with his grandkids. And it's like, well, this seems a bit weird. And it's like, yeah, well, it's a good video, isn't it? It's a Brady Bunch situation where this guy is married to and has been married to the grandmother of these children since like before they were born. So he's like their step granddad. This is absolutely fine and normal. This is actual responsible parenting and no one's fucking business in the world. Now, look at these two fellas and you're thinking, ooh, black people, white kids. And you just look at it and you go, something missy, what the fuck's going on in this country? Because you brought your racism to the party. I find it shocking, It's like, I've got an uncle, Horace, right? I haven't seen him in years, but he lives in Huddersfield. I like Horace. I liked him as a kid. Why? Well, he ended up looking after us as kids. He ended up our babysitter many times. Cracking fella, great with kids. Liked to play, liked to joke, liked to sing. Great educating kids. He was my dad's twin sister's husband, and he was from Trinidad. And my aunt, my dad's twin sister, she's got like the way that her family structure is. She's got extended family in Trinidad. She goes over. She used to go over. She's passed away now. She used to go over and visit them. So it's like she had a child with Horace, my cousin, and she's like mixed race. And then she's had kids herself, and they're white kids. So yes, there is a scene as to where my Uncle Horace would be with his grandkids and there'd be two white little boys. And they'd be his grandkid. And you know what, Horace, to them kids, probably the best granddad you could have. Possible, you know, weird. He was the caretaker at the primary school they went to. So you got to see him every day. But, you know, you look at that outfit and you're like, what's that black guy doing with those two white kids? Something about it, isn't there? It's not, nothing is as straightforward as it seems, and it's like it takes a minute to check. You could have laid your hands on this video, found the source of it, and found this guy's social media, because he's someone who promotes himself online, because he's a kind of gig musician, so he's someone who has a social media presence. You could have made sure that this wasn't, couldn't you? You could have gone away if you were that bothered. If you had some responsibility, if you were, like, say, Tommy Robinson, a journalist, you might have spent a minute finding out what this was, because it's got its the fingerprints are all over it. People identified this guy and went after him. A family say their lives have been ruined after a video of a black man and his brother playing in the park with his white granddaughters was shared by Tommy Robinson and weaponised by the far right. Olajuwon Ayini, a musician from Redcar. Yeah, so he likely speaks with a bit Yorkshire going on. Seriously. North Yorkshire has been racially abused and falsely labelled a paedophile in the week since the family video was stolen from the TikTok account of his wife Natalie, whom he married 5 years ago, and shared by extremists online. On Tuesday, the couple's local MP, Anna Turley, was forced to write a letter providing a reference of good character for Ayini when he was suspended by his management after online disinformation. God. I'm devastated to receive the email from my management, Ayini said. Music is my life. My social media will be damaged. My career will be tarnished. But I'm determined to show the truth and hopefully clear it up. He and Natalie say they've been living in fear since being threatened in the street after Robinson shared the video with his 1.4 million followers. The far-right activist wrote on his account, "What the fuck is even going on here? Where are the parents?" Robinson, whose real name is Stephen Yatsler Lennon, Paddy, has not removed the video despite numerous replies debunking it and calling for him to delete it. It's like train spotting, right? Begbie, pint pot, balcony. Feckless cunt. Doesn't care. He'd come out of this looking nice now if he apologised, wouldn't he, Tommy Robinson? Just actually come out of it like, hey, fair dues, actually, you know, I really, really am sorry. He should apologise for that. He don't know shit. He just looked at something and goes, racist. Racist, bring. Black guy kids, ding. It's like, gives away something flawed about your character, mate. You're not a fucking journalist. You're not in any way objective. It's like you're obsessed with race. You're much like, you know, the lefties who race bait. Terrible. Ian and his wife have been scared to leave the house because of threats. We haven't gone outside at home. We just can't, Natalie said. Just after it started to go viral, someone in the local pub recognised Alujawan immediately. We couldn't believe how quick it had spread. We were walking home from the shops just streets from our house, and two lads passed us, spun around and said, I hope you're not off them off that video, or we're coming back to slash you up. It's just horrendous. See, people, dickheads. You'll never get rid of them. Stop feeding them. You say, like I say, feckless. If something was wrong, really wrong, yeah, fine, but you could have debunked this in a minute, couldn't you? Someone was shouting paedophile outside the house the other night, so I rang the police again, but they say there's little they can do. It feels a matter of time before something bad happens. We tried to go out yesterday and had to come home. The impact on Ian has been particularly severe. I feel I have to sleep with one eye open, he said. I feel unsafe, scared, sad, as mine and my brother's lives have been threatened. Someone said they will seek revenge and I'll never walk again. All for just being in the park with kids that I love on a family day out. It's been twisted by haters and wicked people. Natalie said, the distress of this is causing is unreal. It's ruined their lives, and there we were getting on with things, looking after the girls, minding our own business, and now we are scared to do anything. It's made me quite poorly, to be honest, and the shares, views and vile comments just keep going. I've had to stop looking. We just want people to know the truth, Natalie added. We're a normal family who went to the park with our grandchildren, and the lies and racism have turned our lives upside down and continue to do so daily. Despite reporting threats to police, the family have said they received only limited support. Officers have told them that while personal threats are criminal, sharing the video does not constitute a crime. Cleveland police said they were the worst police force in the country. Said they were offering the family all available support and advice. The Red Car and Cleveland Policing Superintendent Emily Harrison added, Cleveland Police would also urge social media users to refrain from further sharing either the video or any incorrect information about the people featured. As much as you get from the police. Do you get how feckless that guy's been sharing that video as, hey, look at these two guys from, two asylum seeker guys from a hostel playing with these little kids. Do you know where we are? Do you know how late in the game this is to deliberately pour fuel on the fire? Oh, here's an opportunity to cause some shit. That video fits the part. Bang. And you put it out. I'm telling you, it's like the guy's a liability, and he's always been a liability. And it's like, why? Because he's this feckless. How many times has he done this now? Where he's been knocked up, got the wrong end of the stick, and then run with someone and caused someone to then be in a load of trouble with all them fucking knobheads starting to fucking harass him. So he still won't admit what happened with that, where he got that Syrian kid where he got stitched up with a pack of lies and went after a little kid. Still won't admit to have been wrong about that. Suddenly, no, it's all true. No, I can prove it. And you watch his video and it proves absolutely fucking nothing. Cleverly edited together, secretly filmed gotcha footage. You're like, what are you playing at, man? It's like, you sir lost the plot years ago. You lost the plot, actually, when you sacked Lucy. That's when you lost the plot. When you fucked up and then sacked somebody because you fucked up. That's when you lost the plot, mate. Do I believe, right, that some guy's got in his face mouthing off in a train station and he's just fucking gunned him down, just knocked him out? Yes, I believe that. The guy must hit him first. It's self-defense. It's like, nah, he's a fucking psycho, and he's getting worse. Getting banged up's made him more kooky. All the extra validations, being like, no, I'm going to continue. I'm on my fight, and he'd be like, I thought he was going to hit me, so I smacked him. Astoundingly, an excuse I've heard many times from people who are not altogether there, thinking that they are justified in punching out an old man because he's fucking in your face. It's like, well done, you've just given them what they always wanted. Given it straight to them on a plate, you've just fessed yourself up. It's like, I didn't give you 10 years for this with your rap and your record and your inability to face the repercussions of your actions. It's again demonstrated here, has been demonstrated all along. Tommy does not accept the repercussions of his actions, and he sees himself as being above the law and always the victim. Like what to say, this is an example of the same kind of thing. Years, this guy, since he got polished up, re-edited, and put out on the internet and enabled by all kinds of dicks who opened the door to him, so he could, slightly change his angle, rebrand himself and return as this, oh, I'm a reasonable person, I'm not a fucking fanatic, fucking radical idiot, racist. No, I'm not that, I've got lots of black friends. And you look at a video of something, well, it could be anything, and immediately you decide what it is and you put it out in the world. You know what that makes you, sir? That's racist. You see, that's the thing. The world is full of false accusations of racism. Well, here's a genuine accusation of racism. Many false ones around. This is a genuine accusation of racism, isn't it? Black guy playing with his grandkids, turns out. They're not his blood grandkids, obviously, but he's got every reason in the world to be there. You just don't know it. So if you pretend that that's not the case and don't do any kind of, like I say, diligence, oh, let's make this look like the fucking country's gone absolutely fucking mad, shall we? Thanks for that. Everyone needed that, didn't they? You have to remember as well, that guy, he's playing for an American audience. He doesn't give a fuck about the repercussions on this country or the things he does. He does not give a fuck. Say, Labour Party poster boy. Best thing that's ever happened to him in this part of the country, where there's actually chances. There's a chance of taking the Muslim bloc vote away from the Labour Party. For the first time ever, there's a chance of doing that. So what do we need? Oh, let's have Tommy Robinson back, throwing his shit around. Did you see what he did again? Again, like I say, it's like, you vote reform, you get him, and you get his mates, and you get his millions of followers. Thanks, mate. It's like you're a boil on the country's arse now. You're so divisive. High watermark in some fantasist's imagination is that Tommy Robinson is some kind of political kingmaker. And if that be true, we're in so much fucking trouble. I happen to believe it's not true, based on I can't these days find so many people out in the real world who support the man. Used to be able to. Not now. Because the rhetoric hasn't changed. Nothing's happened. Nothing's grown. The fight he fought and in essence sold, the sales pitch he had, it's like others who he doesn't even recognise as being people who exist, fought and won the battle without him. and now he wants the laurels. Yeah. He wants to be credited. I was right, I told you so. It's like Roger Meir had to campaign in about 4 elections in a row against key Labour figures to destabilise the Oldham Labour Party, right? And then get rid of their overall majority, and then create a broad alliance of independents and conservatives in order to force the council to write a letter to the government to bring it back to the fore. Who did that? Roger Meir did. On his own, with about, supporters and well-wishers to the tune of about 200 or 300 people. Where was Tommy Robinson? He was sunning it up somewhere. Having a pint. Hanging out with his mates. Bragging about what a big shot he is. What was Raj doing? Oh, he was living on his savings and scraping together whatever pennies he could. Fighting the fight of his life. And where was your support? Nowhere. Tommy Robinson's organisation wouldn't even acknowledge the existence of anyone but them fighting that fight. So these guys have stolen or taken the turf, and it's not their turf. They're from the fucking south of England. It's places like here where there's problems in the north. It's like, do you ever get to your northern voices? Away from their own channels on other platforms to get to talk about their own part of the world. No, never. You'll get some surrogate prick from fucking Luton or the Midlands will be telling us. It's like this is the whole setup, the whole thing with this, since it's been corrupt from the start, as to say, hey, we found a grift here. And because we're so divisive amongst the opposition, the government are not going to do anything about us. They're going to just let us do this because they can see a benefit. Why? Because you're going to guarantee wins for Labour parties in all their immigrant seats. You're basically going to create. The rise of the far right. It's kind of a slogan that's designed to manipulate non-white, non-British voters. It's not a message meant for you. It's a message meant for huge Pakistani voting blocks. You just bang that drum a little while, raise the fucking heat up. The far right, the BNP. They were screaming and shouting like you were talking about Zionists. Just riles them up. You keep giving the Labour Party ammunition and they'll use it to rile up the Muslims to try and fortify the vote. And Tommy Robinson's done that non-stop since he first arrived. That's why he's been tolerated. And to see that angle, and to have seen that angle for years, because, it's like ground zero here. It's a bit frustrating. A little bit frustrating. Because anyone around here who wants to do anything about it, the opposition, will just rear on you and say, "Oh, are you a Tommy Robinson fan? Are you one of his cult?" You're sounding a bit like Tommy Robinson here, talking about things that go on with kids. You're sounding a bit like Tommy Robinson here, so I'm not going to listen to you anymore. You sound like someone who's been brainwashed. Thanks for that, Tommy. Thanks. You did that all yourself with your fucking behaviour. Thank you. Made life much harder for everyone else. Other than, those who give you a pass, there's a lot of people fall for that working class charm. But, you know what I mean? I always think twice listening to fighting talk from midgets.